Okay, hi there, my name is Magdalena. I am a KPU student nurse. I am going to be demonstrating today how to set up a Foley catheter tray. So I would start off by washing my hands. I would just check in with my patient just to see how they're doing, make sure that they understand the procedure that's going to be happening today, answering any questions that they might have. And then I will come up to my tray, making sure that the table is at my waist height, which it is. And I would start off, at first I don't need any sterile gloves or anything, so I would just start off grabbing my tray, removing it from the plastic, making sure, just to read the label here, it will let me know what the what the contents are, making sure that I have everything that I need. Just placing that off to the side. So placing the tray down in front of me, I'm going to lift the flap facing towards me and just open it up away from me. And then I'm going to take one of the side flaps, opening it up to the side, so making sure also that I'm grabbing onto the outer inch margin. And then onto the other side flap, just kind of straightening it out so that it's square towards me. So there's a pair of forceps here, so I'll just grab onto the forceps and then continue opening it up towards me. So that last flap opened up towards me, and it's kind of square towards my body now. So starting off just by grabbing onto the first thing at the top of the tray, so that's the garbage bag I have here. So just grabbing onto the garbage bag, keeping it above my waist and making sure I'm not turning my back to the tray, just dropping the garbage bag down onto my patient. And then I have another sheet here, so also dropping that down at the bottom of my patient here. So then I would go back and I would actually just open this up to make sure that it's open and ready to go, and just lay it out at the bottom. And then I would grab onto another sheet here that I have that actually has an opening. So I would open this up. It actually has an opening in the middle for the genital area. So I would come back over here, place it over top of my patient, and then coming back here I would place the forceps off to the side. So again, just the inside part facing towards the inside of the sterile field, and the outside, which I've touched, facing towards the outside. Now at this point I would, there would be a pair of sterile gloves here which I would put on, so I'm just going to pretend that I'm putting those gloves on, in which case now this is completely sterile and I can continue lifting things out of my tray. So there is another pair of forceps here, and these are sterile forceps, so I would use these and continuing on from here, grabbing onto my Foley catheter. So this one here, I would open it up, placing it down onto my sterile field, making sure I'm within the margins. And then I would also have a syringe here filled with sterile water. So just based on policy, I could just test out the catheter, so make sure to place it into one of the ends, insert the sterile water to ensure that the balloon inflates before I insert it into my patient. And then also I would wait a little bit and then deflate, so take the water out to deflate the balloon to make sure that it works. So placing that onto my sterile field. I have some lube here, so this I would place onto the tip of the Foley catheter to make sure that it wets the tip to give it a little bit more easy insertion. And then I also have a little container here with some cotton balls. So I would also have some iodine solution. I would make sure to check with my patient to make sure they're not allergic to iodine solution. If they are not allergic, I would pour that onto the cotton balls that are in the container here. So I have a few cotton balls. And then I would continue to, once it's wet with iodine, I would pick up the cotton balls, and at this point I would clean the genital area. So one swipe per cotton ball, first going down from the front to the back in the center, disposing of the cotton ball, grabbing onto the next cotton ball, again doing the same thing from on each side, making sure not to use any of the cotton balls more than once. Okay, and now I would place my forceps off to the side, and I would be ready to begin with my catheter insertion. Thank you.